Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Michaela and I am going to do today with you candy candy one piece swimsuit. I had an order from a client of me and it's the perfect moment to show you how to do it. So I'm going to show you what I've already prepared because initially I forgot that I wanted to record the video, so now I've just actually remembered, so I went ahead and pressed play. So I'm going to show you the pieces. I have here my front piece. I am actually doing a size XL for my client. So what you see here, I have my front piece, the bottoms, the upper part, and you see each has lining. So I've cut the main fabric and each with lining. And what I've did, I went ahead and I've pinned already the upper part of the bottoms and the sides as well, and I'm going to do a basting stitch. The basting stitch actually helps me to secure the two layers of fabric together, my main fabric and the lining, and I will be doing the same thing for my upper part of the front piece. And as you see here, I've got already done, I've done it already, the basting stitch. And once I always do the basting stitch, I make these little cuts into it so it allows a stretch. After, I have here the other front piece. I have here the strap in the middle, like in my photo, like in my model. It's actually not obligatory to do this this string in the middle. The pattern itself doesn't peak, right? It's just decorational, the little thing, but I will be showing it how I'm doing it, since anyways my client wants as well the little crystal decorational strap over there. So that's that. I've made here, actually normally I should cut a long strap, but I didn't have enough fabric, so I've cut two straps and I will be stitching them in the middle and then treat it like a whole long strap. And last but not least, I have here my back piece with the lining, and my client wanted a thong, so obviously I've cut the thong version. I have here lining, main fabric. This I will set it aside, and the first thing I'm going to do is actually do the basting stitch, like I said, on the bottoms, on the side opening, on the leg openings and the upper part, and on my top, on the side, and on the upper and lower part. On camera I will actually be doing just one basting stitch, practically to show you what I mean. So it's just a long stitch, or a straight stitch with the longest stitch length practically, and it's a stitch made just to secure the two layers of fabric for when you will be adding the elastic later on. For me, it's so much easier to work with a basting stitch first. So as you can see, I did already one side, and I'm going to do this little cut into it every few centimeters, so it allows stretch. Later on you can remove this stitch, or you don't have to. I usually never remove it unless something is peeking out, so because of the cuts already will have stretch. So now off camera I will do the other two basting stitches on the top and on the front piece, and then when I'm ready I'll come back to show you the next step. Okay, so I did the basting stitches where I've indicated you that they should go, And now I'm going to apply the elastic, and this step is actually quite important. Why? Because it will not be applying elastic really just right away everywhere. So for the front piece of the bottoms, you just have to apply the elastic on the upper part. Yes, and for this I'm going to use a technique of applying the elastic on the inside, on the lining side, and then I will be folding it like that over, and I'm going to do a top stitching over. The top stitching, you can do it with your cover stitch machine or with a zigzag stitch. Either way will work. I will be using my cover stitch machine, but if you don't have one, you can always use a zigzag stitch. As for the top, right, what we will be where we will be applying first elastic, and actually right now just the only place, it will be on the lower part of the top, and I will explain you later why, right? So the same, I will be applying it on the inside of my top, right, on the lining side. So just on the lower side, yeah, just write what you see on the lower side, and the same I will be top stitching afterwards, right? So now I will be taking just my bottoms, and I'm going to show you on camera how I'm applying elastic. And I have here a small piece of elastic. I'll be using that one. So like I said, just on the upper part, and I'm going to my serger. If you don't have a serger or overlock machine, which by the way is exactly the same thing, you can the same use a zigzag stitch. It's going to be a little slower, but can give as well a very professional look. So I'm applying the elastic, like you said. I really like placing it with my fingers, and I'm explaining you why right now, because as you can see, I'm slightly pulling it, not a lot, just tiny bit, because I don't want it when it's top stitch to be waving my fabric, right? This can actually happen sometimes. So you see it created kind of a bit of a crease, not so much, but just enough so my fabric will not be waving. Now I'm going to my cover stitch machine, and like I said, I'm going to be folding it inside, placing it under my cover stitch machine, and top stitching it. So what I'm doing with my finger, I always want to make sure that I'm having not an extra fabric underneath, so that it's everything smooth, let's just say. Okay, cover stitch is done, and look how beautiful it's looking, no waving whatsoever, laying very beautifully flat. And now I'm going to continue with the top off camera, just on the lower side, applying elastic and top stitching. Okay, so I did a cover stitching on everything. Obviously I added elastic before. I'm just gonna place it like that for you to be able to see it, right? I've got here the bottoms, and now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to connect my front piece with my back piece. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take practically my main fabric, and I'm going to be place it on top of both my front piece and my back piece. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've got here my front piece and my lower front piece, so the bottoms and the top, and I aligned it for you to have the vision behind, right? And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to connect these two pieces tiny bit here, so it's easier to connect it with my back piece. So I'm going to take it to my sew machine, and since I don't want to press play a million times, I'm going to do these both on one go. Right, so I'm placing it as close as possible, lowering my foot, and it has to be just a straight stitch, right? Perfect. I literally just, the only thing I want that it's connected, that these two pieces are connected by a simple stitch and not moving around for later when I'm going to stitch the back piece over. All right, so exactly the same thing. That just didn't turn out as close as I wanted. It worked in a second go, like that. So now you have these two parts connected, which makes everything much easier. It's also a good way that you're not like that you're always knowing which is the lower part and upper part in case of. All right, so we've connected these two pieces over here like that, and now I take my back piece and I'm going to be placing it on top of whatever we connected, and I'm going to show you just one side. So I'm going to be pinning it, and I'm just taking the main fabric, right? The lining, not just yet. The lining will have to wait a bit. So it's just the main fabric over. And we are doing a straight stitch, so a basting stitch, right? This way it's so much easier that nothing is moving around and I don't have to hold the down bar together. They are just there together. Okay, I will be doing the other side off camera and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I top stitched, I baste stitched the sides, right? And I'll be doing exactly the same thing for my crotch area, right? And I'm going to be placing it underneath, and don't worry if it's tiny bit bigger, it's just because of the curve, right? The same, just one top stitching. And now we are going to connect everything with the lining. So I'm going to turn everything what you see over here. I'm going to turn it on the other side. So you're having practically the front piece facing you and the back piece is over here. And now I'm going to take the lining and I'm going to be placing it the same completely over, and I will be doing exactly the same step what I've did before, but actually I will go directly to my serger and serge it. So I'll be showing you on camera just one side. I'll be doing the crotch and the other side off camera. So for you to understand, should be a layer of back piece, the front piece, both layers, lining and main fabric, and then the main fabric of the back piece on the other side. So practically the front piece is sandwiched underneath, and this way we are not showing the stitch which is on the side, right? The stitch on the side remains hidden, so then you have a very professional look. All right, so I've pinned everything. Now I go to my serger. Like I said, you don't need to add elastic. You are just simply serging it like that. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do the other side and the crotch off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so I did a basting stitch on all the places where I told you I'm going to do, so practically on the back piece, on the upper part, and on the leg openings. And next thing I'm going to do, I am going to apply elastic, and this time I will be doing all the upper part of the top, right? Sorry, which goes crossed around the neck. So all the upper part, and it's done all in one, so that is why I wanted you to see it, right? So it's easier just to do one part, and then practically leg openings, right? There is nothing else more. I will be applying elastic, I will be top stitching, and in this moment, if you want to finish it because you don't have a strap to add in the middle, you can. If not, I will be showing you how I'm also stitching that strap, but I would like to let you know that you can obviously stitch it by hand, or you'll be needing most likely an industrial machine, since I'll be showing you the crystal straps are actually a very thick strap and it's absolutely impossible to stitch it with a normal sew machine. But in case you want to add just another strap, this is also fine. I will be anyways showing you how I'm doing it, and I will be as well marking it on the paper pattern. So I've marked on my swimsuit where about the crystal string will be, right? And I will be, like I said, using my industrial sew machine, and I'm going really slow, since you see it's quite a thick piece, and of course I don't want to break my needle. So that is the secret, going really slow so you're not breaking the needle. So I'm practically just placing it on top, and I'm honest to you, I go a few stitches by hand, because then it will be practically already stitched, and even this does not assure me that I'm not gonna break the needle, right? So I'm going really slow. I'm just actually quite afraid to press. Here we go. I did a few stitches, just enough so the strap is secured, and yes, indeed, you can see some of them practically scratched out. It's absolutely normal. They are glued, so they're not really fixed forever, right? So this can actually happen. So that's one, and then I am going to place my other one, and I do see a little, so it's practically I'm placing it as a straight stitch like this, and afterwards I'm literally just tying it with the other strap, which will actually give a the curvy look you've seen in the photos of my model, right? So that's what it gives the look. So the same, I'm going pretty slow, or I try to. And that is actually quite good about industrial sew machines, because they avoiding the little crystals, and the needle rarely breaks actually. And then I will be doing one more step before finishing it up. So I don't want to leave this raw piece like that, so I'm just like folding it inside, and I'm going to do a straight stitch over. Right, I'm gonna trim the excess fabric. So like I said, what is giving the nice beautiful curvy look is actually, I'm gonna place it for you to see it better, then I will be doing off camera the other strap. So as you can see, we have this straight stitch, and I'm taking my spaghetti stitch and practically I'm placing it through like this, right? So I just simply take it over like that, and I want to make sure that my straps are pretty much together. And of course, this one is going to be tied by the neck. Of course, it's slightly pulling, giving the nice curvy look around the breast. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you have any questions, please feel free to write me, and if not, I wish you happy sewing.